Can't see. So we're just going to have to do it like that because I can't see. There we go. Maybe I can see a little bit. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Okay, I honor those of you who are watching. Whenever you happen to log on to this video, okay? This is collective. This is past, present, future, depending on if this is resonating with you at all and depending on where your story is on the trajectory of the reading. Okay. So for some, that means that this has whatever comes out has already done happened for some, and others it's in the making. It's currently it's happening in real time. So that means it's playing out in different ways because it's present and energy is constantly shifting. Okay. Others of us, this is near future based on possibly how those energies are shifting and all of the decisions and moves and things that are made, which is always affecting. I think that's physics. Okay. It's always affecting outcomes. Okay. So just be wise, be grounded, be practical. This is not in lieu of any medical professional, any of that. This is meant to be a tool and a toolkit for those who are on board who knows how to appropriately apply it. Okay. If you know it should jive with something that you're already intuitively or something that is already in some shape, form, or fashion. It's already in some kind of form, okay, in your life. And again, you still want to move with caution. Okay. Any of us, in my humble opinion, should be making decisions so. Okay, I never have for the people. All never not some, I don't care. But I've never been one to just, you know, I gotta read this on the It's like, no, it's gonna be based on a history. If I have a history with the person, the place, or a thing, it's gonna be based on some real time interactions and exchanges, and it's gonna be based on more than one. I'm not going to just, look. We all have bad days. We all make mistakes. And none of us are perfect. We all go through different seasons. So for me, I try to bridge all of that. Okay, I especially just something major. This could majorly impact my life. Okay, so I hope that counseling that grace is wisdom and its proper understanding for us to operate. Okay, off of whose expense? At whose expense? You want to know? Whose expense? Honorable Feminine's done with it. She figured it out. She cracked the code. It's over. And she is here to somehow wrap that up for herself, but she is the answer to her ancestors that kept getting caught up in that trick. Oh, go to the light. Karmic Feminine is already saying, well, not that light, motherfucker. Don't go to the light, bitch. Honorable Feminine got her wave cap on. She has her astral internet wave. She got her do-rag on and her cut-off khakis and French braids and house shoes. Honorable Feminine has two versions of the ether. She have her cut-off khakis, French braids, and house shoes, okay, with her do-rag, okay? You know what I'm saying? With her white socks and and then the black slide and slippers, you know what I'm saying? So, Feminine, okay, she's like letting motherfuckers, I don't let motherfuckers, she got that, she's like, I'm saying something, I done found out the trick, bitch. And I said, don't go to the light, motherfucker. Feminine be like, hey, your first, wait. First motherfuckers coming, they finna trick you. They finna come as you passed on loved ones. Tell you right now, they finna trick your ass. Okay, they know you, and they gonna send people that you love to care for and that you wanted a redo with. Okay, don't go to the light, motherfucker, and you don't need to learn shit. Okay, let me tell you something. That's a trick, because you ain't gonna fucking remember. Okay, that's a trick. They want you to be a slave. They want your energy, the archons. They want your energy. They want you to be a slave to this fake soul contract. So you ain't got no because you repeated this. You've repeated this 1,000 times. This is why the soul, you're considered an old soul. You've done this. They ain't gonna ever learn shit. They are what they are. You didn't need to learn nothing except for remembering your sovereignty to get the fuck out of this bullshit. That's what Feminine here for. She like, don't go to the light. I don't care. That's your grandma, granny, your pawpaw. That's your real pawpaw. If see, some people ain't ready to hear that either. They not ready to hear that. They ain't ready to know. If they were able to transcend the bullshit. Because they be confused. Some people die confused and they still the master slave. They still the master slave disembodied. If they didn't reincarnate into another form, some of them are disembodied slaves of Massa. Yeah, you heard me correctly. Massa being the system. Okay, Massa being the system, and the system, the archons, but in some cases, technically, especially, y'all know what I'm talking about. Have you ever wondered what happened to dead slaves? Did they all transcend necessarily? Or were they still Stockholm Syndrome and trauma bonded to Massa? Did they all? Because they're tricked. Remember, these are tricks. I'm getting off topic, so bear with me, okay? I'm unscripted. So let me just go ahead and hurry up because I do. What time is it? Yeah, I'm making good time. I got a lot going that I'm handling, wrapping up this year. Letters being written, submitted all over the U.S. with as much detail I was able to pull. And if they request, I'll supply all the supporting videos, clips, pictures, emails, documents, if they are so bold to as request. But let's get into the reading, shall we? So, King of Swords reverse, Temperance. Okay. You all have also heard me tell stories like The Pursuit of Happiness. You know, many of you saw it, Will Smith, and I think it's his actual son, if I'm not mistaken, many trillion years ago. And that vibe, it was actually kind of touching and sad, I know. But, you know, in his case, he was doing what he had to do. And which meant he had to be sneaky. But that energy is not the same as a criminal, and that needs to be understood. That needs to be understood, and it needs to be blasted in the ethers. Especially when they're currently aiding and abetting and accessory to known. Come back, girl. Because it's like, how the fuck? Okay, but come back. How the fuck? But this is what these types of energies do. This is what the King of Swords reverse types do. They scapegoat. They find a target to single out and scapegoat, knowing full well that they're all crooked as two left shoes and nuttier than a fruitcake. Collective, if you're seeing this, here's the thing. You're breaking through some things. You're rewarded for doing what you love. And people just, they don't like that. They want to be rewarded for you doing what you love. Huh? This is a part of the whole target and shit in the first place. This is the point of, toxic elites and all these various people who are entitled when they feel like they're becoming washed up, especially when that starts to happen. Because in the beginning, some of these people start off as decent folk. I do believe that. I believe a lot of them were decent, good folk. Some of these people in Hollywood. Okay, they started out as decent, just like everybody else, just trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. You know what I'm saying? Whoop. Just trying to make it out of the ghetto, out of the hood. And then they get a taste of the dark side. They get a taste of the distortion, and there's a hit. There's a dopamine. There's a hit. They get a hit. They start getting these hits off of how easy it is to be fucked up and how powerful, it makes them feel, knowing that they can just take shit from innocent lives, and they got this secret inside track, and they really start to, and that's what makes them get on the trajectory of becoming monsters, and staying monsters, and they get a high. And that's also the difference between the two. Honorable feminines in the temperance energy, they prefer their template, their standpoint, especially since they've worked, transcended through their own shit, is they prefer honesty, openness, transparency. They prefer clean, they prefer that. They don't fear, they don't have anything to fear outside of, like, people assume that their sneaky behavior is something that they're fearing. Like, oh, they don't want, they're doing this because they don't want somebody to find out, or they're afraid that they're not going to be approved, or they like, there's an assumption. That's the karmic though. And when if people were to dig honestly in feminine's life, they would see it. You'll find the trail where it's like, actually, no, because they applied here and here and here, them and their children. So no, you're wrong. Wrong. Them and their children. You're wrong. You're assuming, and it's convenient for you to, because you don't like this person. And you're projecting your own way, because that's what you are. Wrong. Okay, so let's get it. Let's get into the reading. Okay, otherwise I will be shit nigga. Let me go ahead and whoop. Hope y'all, not hope, but let me make sure my areas, y'all ain't seeing my areas. Okay. Y'all need to see none of my shit. It ain't Christmas yet. And even when it's even when it's Christmas, this is okay. Let's do it. You're rewarded, feminine. You're mindful. And these people just, they don't want you in this energy, and they want it for themselves. Like, you're rewarded for being somebody as a mindful person. Okay. The golden egg, you know what I'm saying? Their motive is to steal people's golden eggs and shit, nigga. That's their motives for being low-key and mysterious and all of those things. Okay. To steal other people's rewards for what they refuse to do. What they refuse to do. Okay. So let's get, I'm a parallel. Let's get the karmic's energy. Okay. The low key. Okay. The shadow Loki. The Loki in its dark attribute assigned to karmic femme. Okay. Because we're still talking Loki on both honorable femme side and karmic femme side. We're just hitting light attribute, shadow attribute. Okay. I hope I ain't showing my goodies. I hope I ain't shit, bitch. Y'all, it says because I hope not, man. I'll be mad if I come and see this video later. I'll be mad if I see it later, and if I see my I am. I ain't lying. Okay. Karmic. Low-key in its shadow. The karmic femmes, low-key in its shadow form. So shape-shifting, but in the shadow, for the shadow energy. Update. Insatiable. It says unquenchable, wanting more. They're always wanting more. This is a part of it. So this is their foundation. They just thirsty. They have an insatiable bottomless pit. They're always wanting more, and it fell on fresh start. And this is why they're always starting over. They're always causing chaos and catastrophe for people. And in some cases, they eventually fuck up their shit. And so what they do is look for people to prey on and try to take other people's fresh starts. That's what some of the main ones are doing right now, hoovering these honorable feminines every move to try to hijack their fresh starts. Mm-hmm. They thirsty. Because people have stopped working with them. Some people have stopped working with them. I have 2 or more people in reverse. But this is also why they always are interfering with people's connections, because they're thirsty as fuck. They want what other people have. They want other people's shit. Simple as that. Yeah, telepathic dreams and songs. They're always doing shit. This is people who always dream infiltrating, fucking with people in their sleep to trick them, to energy harvest. These are weirdos. Yeah, these are people who be trying to send people telepathic dreams, fake telepathic dreams. To get people to rescue them, to help them out with clothes, trapped, frustrated, to bail them out, to help them. Okay. This is somebody also who is trying to figure out a way how to get out of something. This is a person who be stealing people's social media content. And then they try to expose they look for ways of exposing the people that they're trying to become. The people whose lives they want to steal. The people they want to be. Mm-hmm. That's what they're currently doing. What's happening with them? The karmic run, karmic side, running and avoiding. I told you they're running, so here they go. I told you. Here they go. They're trying to convince people, they're trying to manipulate and convince people about why they're avoiding something. Look at karmic masculine energy. They could be fucking with this man in his dreams. They're trying to get somebody stuck with them. Yeah, this is them. Look at ascension in the reverse. They don't want to ascend. They look for people who don't want to ascend. They look for people to take down. Okay, ascension is in the reverse. They target men or women. They just target people. Okay, they want the honorable feminine's life. So they try to destiny swap. They do a lot of manipulation with air. Again, this is communication. A lot of mind control and mental magic shit. A lot of hypnoses. Mm-hmm. They're exposed though. People are realizing something here. They didn't want people to realize something, which is why they are possibly running, which is why they're shape shifting and trying to go to places, people, things, and locations to try to twist the narrative. Okay. Like I said, and then they try to project their darkness onto the very ones in which they're trying to become. So they will look for any holes or issues in which they played a role in creating in most cases and call themselves exposing. But you can't see, this is a problem that a lot of these people are going to realize by the time 2026 get here. It's dumb. It's suicide. It's a suicide mission. It's going to become more and more of a suicide mission that these people know. With trying to single people out that you know you had some ill will and intentions behind, thinking that your trash ain't gonna get found out when you know yourself is fucked. It's like trying to so-called expose a cheater, going out the way because you need to cover up the fact that you cheated or you got something through cheating, and to try to get the attention off of the fact that you're a cheater and that you got something off by cheating. I'm going to find someone who cheated, but maybe they cheated for a different reason because I had a role in fucking up they shit or stopping them from being legit, but then try to, that's some crackhead ass shit. It's a suicide mission. They're on a suicide mission. Yeah, right now they're feeling emotional because of some kind of love affair situation that collective, maybe you're cleansing from these people. These could be third parties. These could be men. Okay, but we're talking about the karmic feminine. So they're all emotional behind something here. This could be why they're going down here. Yeah, denial. They hid this shit. These people are oblivious to the truth. People are not seeing, irrational, not facing the truth. But that's what low key does. That is the low key energy. That's the shape shifting. They reverse the story. They try to make it seem like the one that they're trying to be is them and that they are the one. Yeah, that's what they do. But they do it because, like I said, they're greedy, they're insatiable, they're avoiding facing themselves, they're avoiding ascension. Okay. They don't want to transcend. It's as simple as that. They want the Matrix version. They want the blue pill. Okay? They want the version, bitch, that it seemed like it, bitch. Okay? It comes with all the bells and whistles and all of the likes, shares, follows, and subscribes. It comes with all of the hoorah and the lights, name and lights, but they don't want to be it. They don't want to be it for sure, for real. They just want to talk like it. They just want to get up and talk in hushed tones and you know, say a couple Bible verses or say a couple ohms, but they don't want to be it. Their life, the truth that they don't show people is the reveal of this. Their nefarious dealings, the fact that they target and plot and scheme on innocent life is enough answers that you'll ever need. It don't have to be that deep. Yeah, happiness. They're in denial. Interview about a situation that they're stuck in. Obsession with keeping y'all stuck. Adrenaline rush off of it, but now they're sad. You get adrenaline rush off of causing sadness. That's the difference between the karmic and the honorable. They get a rush and a high, and they get money. They're sadist. They're getting a high off of being a trickster. Honorable feminine prefers to not be. They don't like having loose ends. They don't like happening to them. To them, that's not the life. This ain't the kind of life that they would want to have to be so strategic because people are constantly after their lives for no reason. That's not the life to them. To them, that's ludicrous. To them, that's a robbery of a genuine whole life. Karmics like chaos. They're agents of chaos. They like, all of those. They get a rush out of it. Karmic, honorable feminists like, I like a simple life. I don't like loose ends. I don't like a bunch. of baggage and shit. This is why I'll roll a certain way, because I ain't trying to be dealing with all that. So they don't like when they're forced in situations that they have to get very creative to figure out their way through until they can get some clarity, some safety, or manifest, things in proper order for themselves. Karmics love it. It makes them feel powerful. It makes them feel like, look how powerful I am. I'm so sneaky. I can get away with everything, because they're an eternal 4-year-old. They keep doing shit to buy time. They do shit like domination spells, bindings. They lie to people as if they're trying to cleanse. They do this every time. They fuck up their relationships. They do crazy shit. And then they pull a low-key shape shift. I'm getting therapy. I'm seeing a counselor. I'm going to church now. I'm getting prayer. I'm praying and fasting for 1,000 days and 1,000 nights. I'm evolving now. I'm woke. I'm not doing that stuff anymore. And as they're saying it to the person, they're already in the middle of doing it. As they're on the phone, they're poking on a voodoo doll. Yeah, so they do that to stop people from confessing truth. They like to control communication. And one of the ways that they control communication is this low-key shit. They hide shit. They do confusion spells. They do. And if you're not leaning towards the spell work, heavy manipulation is spell work. Okay. That's what the world hasn't really caught up to yet. Okay. Hefty manipulation with lies, half truths, convoluted truths, gossip, smear campaigns, character assassination for nefarious dealings is a spell. Whether this is in the form of a meeting, whether this is in form of a prayer meeting, a business meeting, whether this is in the form of a text message, this is still energy. If this is in the form of contacting so-and-so that I know who work at housing authority, contacting so-and-so that I know work at the police station, contacting so-and-so that I know works at the sheriff's office, contacting so-and-so that I know, that's still spell work. Because it's to manipulate is it not? It's to manipulate a situation, no? Spell work. Vacation, hideaway, reverse, unconditional love in the reverse. They're in denial. They're not facing the truth. They're delusional, and they continue to try to hide the truth of this, where they can hide it. Okay, where they can hide it. But for some of you all, what you need to know is people are possibly wanting to cleanse themselves from some of these energies, which is why they upped and left. The Honorable Feminine left the state because she was trying to get away from killers and stalkers and people who just kept sabotaging her and her children's life. They left a state because of the trail of blood and because of their obsession with that same Honorable Feminine. Is it a coinky-dink that they land in the same state? Is it just a coincidence? That they just so happen to decide to move to Texas, Colorado, Hawaii, wherever you are, is it the same people you were leaving? Insatiable is them being thirsty for trying to take you out through love affairs, thirsty to cause problems for your relationships, thirsty to confuse people. They themselves are delusional, to confuse people about this cleansing. You're trying to hide the truth of what they've caused where they ran from. So they come in to mess up your shit, come in to do the same shit over and over again. This is all the fuck they ever do. Ooh, let me see if I can follow them around and become a cancer to the whole fucking town. Because that's what the fuck they did. They became a cancer. Wherever they go, they're like a cancer. They're like gangrene and shit. They come there, they infiltrate, they poison the minds of people. And flip stories like y'all upset about, y'all just somebody upset about a love affair. Y'all ain't to think about now, motherfucker. Been trying to run from folks forever, but they convince. Y'all been trying to get away from killers, crazies, you name it, and they people, bitch. All right, let me wrap this up. 10:24, making good time here. So let's go ahead and let's get the tarot real quick, and we're gonna get possibly some psychological things that they're going through that they're trying to hide. Okay, what's going on with the karmic femme low-key shadow energy current? Whenever the reader or viewer sees the video, if this applies to them in real time as they watch the video, death, they're going through death, some kind of endings. They know that they're dying, or they're trying to, or just endings. I mean, death is leading, so this is major. And Two of Cups is in the reverse. Yeah, they're definitely going through some imbalances within themselves, emotional upheaval. They could be feeling very numb. They could be losing friendships with the Two of Cups coming in the reverse. Not all, because basically they just migrate, you know, when they fuck shit up, they just go look for wherever the honorable feminine is and infiltrate those areas and fashion, you know, look for like energies like they're themselves. And that's essentially what they do. Ace of Pentacles is in the reverse. Oh boy. Something was rejected. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Wands in reverse. Why they got all these aces? Magician in the reverse. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so it's an ending to them being able to do endings. I don't know if that makes sense. They're going through some kind of, they have a pattern of being able to get fortune off of causing endings, death, to balance, to friendships, to people's lives. This is majorly how they have gotten the things in which they've accomplished. Major. Okay, so they basically migrate and infiltrate different areas to replicate. That's what this is. Uh-oh, I have an Emperor. Aries, uh-oh. This full on denial. 3 of Swords. Ooh. Not facing the truth about these betrayals. So these people have been able to kind of hide this stuff a long time, what they were doing here, about their choices, what's going on. They're going through heartache. That people didn't want to see that they keep trying to do this to the honorable feminine wherever they go. They keep, you see how there's trees here and how they keep trying to anchor them to pain and anchor them, you know, in places and situations to cause betrayal and endings. Yeah, to try to, you know, dim their light, steal their shine, block their healing, block their goals. Well, guess what? What's happening is they're going through some kind of sickness. Somebody who didn't want to see the truth is possibly being impacted by this energy because they refused to see the truth about this motherfucker, that this motherfucker didn't love them. This motherfucker was not a friend. This motherfucker was not an ally. This motherfucker did not care for them. It could even be a situation where they cause somebody to lose, to cause someone else to no longer love them, with this 2 of Cups, both being in reverse. But somebody that was also not facing the truth, like maybe that they themselves didn't even care about the person for real, 2 of Cups reverse. Or that's where it's at now because they're realizing that person was not a true friend. It wasn't that. It was just about stealing something. This person could have had something stolen that this person didn't want to face the truth that this whole that could be who they running from. Oof. Why are they in the 3 of Swords with the 2 of Wands? Why is that the karmic's energy currently? Why are they in that energy? Even if they're hiding it, why are they in that energy? I saw Empress reverse. I have 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. Queen of Cups in the reverse because they are not able to keep taking something, or they can't get somebody to give them something, or they 6 of Pentacles reverse. Oh, 5 of Wands. It's a fight. Shit. It's a fight, bitch. Jealousy, arguments, competition, theft. They can't continue on this way, or something is happening with that because it's too much exposure. The magic is not working the same. I have Magician in the reverse. It could be ricocheting here. Yeah, because of the past. 3 of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, abundance is being hit. Plans are being shot. That they're not going to be able to do this. That's why they're upset. Because collective, they've been doing this shit for a long time, many moons. On some of you all, stealing your work, your development, hoovering over you, causing issues for you. But maybe you've developed some kind of mastery, or you're in mastery. Why are they so upset currently? Even if they hide it, what are they upset at right now? Whoever they are, when the viewer see this, the karmic feminine, the low-key shallow person. Why are they upset? The Hermit, King of Pentacles in the reverse. This could be they're losing money, stability. They can't manipulate men. They're materialistic. They can't get all the shit that they want. This could also be they're going through the dark night of the soul. They're feeling isolated, so they can't manipulate men or manipulate their way into money. This could also be because many of you all have too much insight and gaining insight about who they are. This could be because somebody ghosted them. Yeah, Knight of Wands in the reverse. They could be sick. This could be somebody they gave something to when they went back to them. 8 of Cups in the reverse. They're emotionally immature. They don't know how to move on. They don't know how to go within. and they could be being forced into isolation, and they don't like it. They don't like it. They feel like they're losing what they have, or people are just starting to get insight that these people are page level and that they really lack integrity. They have ill will and hidden dishonor. People could be cutting off communication. They could be having some false starts. Family run out of options. I saw Seven of Cups, Page of Cups in reverse. It's immature, darkness, the sun, Five of Cups. They're hiding the fact that they're sad, or they're upset because they can't keep, they can't keep getting their high off of hiding and causing bad news and sadness to you because it's too much exposure. It's just too exposed now. It's like they could keep at it, but it ain't no secret kind of deal. Yep. Like the world knows. Yeah, they're in chaos. Six of Swords and under judgment by Source. They're having some kind of arguments and fights for creating this for you, for Honorable Feminine, for using crooked leaders and authority figures. There could be arguments among them because they're bringing that shit to their camp. They fucking with these hoes. They bringing this shit to their business. They're bringing this shit to their cities. They're bringing this shit to their state. They're bringing this shit to their families. It's as simple as that. Yeah, Queen of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. People are starting to see that this person is money hungry and that they'll do anything for inheritance, insurance schemes, gifts. They'll find people, anybody who's willing to foot enough money, they'll do some fucked up shit. They'll hold their array around famous people. They'll hold their array around if they can. Yeah, they're exposed. Two of Swords is in the reverse. You know what I'm saying? They have been trying to blind and bind and dominate people. And people are starting to see clearly. Some of their family members, you collective, are starting to see clearly what these energies are. Okay? And let's stop it there for them. Their mental state. Their mental state. Because see, these people do have mental problems. And we all have mental niggles. The collective have mental problems, not mental problems, but you know what I'm saying? Stress, anxiety, long-term abuse. But I'm going to continue to put this out in the universe. Who is the violator? Who is mentally ill? The abuser or the abused? And unfortunately, the world has a tendency to think the abused is because they're the ones that's wearing the wear and tear in most cases. Because the abusers are vomiting their shit all over the world until it starts to catch up on them. They're bullying and bulldozing their way via energetic manipulation, spiritual, religious abuse, financial abuse, coercive control, abuse of position, abuse of authority, abuse of title, abuse of program, abuse of that position, nefarious dealings due to connections, that type of vibe. Connections, prejudices, jealousies, whatever. So the world has a tendency to see these people as well, grounded, sound, practical, even keeled, until up until the shit hits the fan for the karmics enough, to the magnitude in which they can't squelch it, to the magnitude in which it happens when they least expect, at the most inopportune time, in front of the world. Because that is what they have been trying to manufacture on honorable feminines. Bully behind the scene to get a reaction in public, but they're about to have their seat if they haven't had it already. Go into their properties and homes and places and spaces when they're vulnerable, put poisonous shit there, steal shit, psychological warfare, make noise. Do spell work, lie, fuck the governor, fuck the cop. Fuck, fuck meaning sleep with them. Sleep with the governor, sleep with the cop, sleep with the sheriff, sleep with the manager, sleep with the maintenance. Sleep with the motherfucker. Sleep with every resident who's weak and thirsty and who can't, anyway. Anorexia? Okay, I don't know if somebody is skinny or they're taking some kind of painkiller. They have a painkiller addiction. Maybe they want to be skinny. Maybe they are skinny, because I don't know why anorexia. Maybe they're concerned about their weight, whether it is they're too thin or they want to get thin, or they think that they're not thin enough, because anorexia is you're already pretty small, but for whatever reason you don't see it. And then it could also be the opposite effect. Like I said, they could be concerned. They could be skinny. Well, that's anorexia, but they could also be like wanting to be skinny and concerned about not being skinny. Impotence, they could be having sex issues. This could be due to medicine, but it could also be due to if they, oh my God, look at this depiction. They could have got something because of their illicit lifestyle, and maybe the medication affects it, or like due to sex magic. Because if these are people that was doing sex magic on you, collective, or your children, yeah, or the man maybe can't get up. Look at the dude, or the skeleton dude. Maybe somebody ain't turned on by them. And they would otherwise be, because like maybe they were physically attractive, but maybe for whatever reason this man is like, I can't even, like, what the hell? Anxiety. It says medicine cabinet is in the reverse. They could be running out of medicine or running out. Looking through the cabinets. Yeah, they're going into insane madness. They not on a medicine, or they need medicine. Because it says madness, tremors, or this could just be they're really angry. They're trying to go through the cabinets looking for something here. They having pain. So some of them are experiencing some pain, but this could be psychosomatic in some cases, because This could be due to if they're doing death on you and your children, if they're doing death rituals, if they're poking on voodoo dolls. I mean, I'm sorry, if they've been trying to cause your children physical pain, sickness, and harm, this could be very well why this is happening. They wanted you in pain and anxiety. Okay. They're running out of pills. This person has a gambling addiction. Maybe people did not want to face that that's the truth about that person. Okay. Like they have a gambling addiction versus honorable feminine. No, she don't. She's practical. No, she don't. She don't even like fooling with it because she don't like the idea, bitch, that she went in there with $500 and she came out with $20. She gonna be pissed about that, and she gonna feel like that could have been some groceries, a new wig. She's gonna be pissed. Feminine into it. She went through too much in life. I'm not saying feminines are perfect. The harshness of their lives, the positive effect of it is they really try hard to the best of their ability. They're not into that because they're like, bitch, please. Gambling, nigga. I can find something else to do, bitch. Shit. Gambling. They didn't gamble. Feminine feel like shit. I didn't gamble. This is why I'm in this predicament. I gambled trusting humans. Nigga. I gambled trusting my family. I gambled Tremors, yeah, they're shaking right now. They're going mad. They could be so mad that they're shaking. And this could be something that they hide, though. This could be only what they do behind closed doors. Because, in front of people, they got to seem like they're just, I'm fine. I'm fine. Yeah, gambling addiction, anorexia. Madness is twice. They're definitely upset. Okay, they have major anger issues. Maybe some of them like to gamble to calm their anger, because then they're going to get a high that you get a dopamine hit. You're going to get a high if you win, and then they're going to take the winnings to get more medicine or to do more fuck shit. Okay. Yeah. So that's where they're at. Okay. I'm going to end it here. And I think later on, because I do have to go, later on, this was supposed to be the karmic side versus the feminine. So I think I'm going to let this one end here. It's been a lot of time already. And I'm going to come back if I have time later, because I do have a lot. I got letters to push out all over the US, forms to complete and submit. I got, let's see, got those letters to push out, the forms, my son's stuff that has to be done. I got to help him get that shit done. And some other shit that I got going on. It's a lot. I finished most of the letters, okay, because I wanted a universal thing. And that's going all over the US. So, because I don't trust nothing. I trust nothing and no one in this state.